Tonight we continue our new segment here on 13 News at 6. We're calling it 8 Minutes of Expertise. Each night at this time, we do a live interview with a local leader on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic in our area. Tonight we welcome Rockford Park District Director Jay Sandine. Mr. Sandine, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, no problem, James. Thanks for having me.
Question one, I want to start with the response from the Rockford Park District to COVID-19, particularly with social distancing in our area. So tell us what's closed on your side of things and what's open.
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, I think this is the first time in mid-April that I've actually been excited about a weather forecast of snow and rain and cooler
Fair.
temps, because that's going to keep people at home. So right now, all of our facilities, all of our areas where large amounts of people come and congregate, things like playgrounds, our sports fields, things like that, or skate parks, those are closed down. Basically, any area where we experience large groups of people that come together are closed, and they've been closed really since the end of March. The only thing that's open right now are really our neighborhood parks, our open space. We have a lot of parkland, almost 5,000 acres throughout our park district, and trails and paths. You know, that's something that the governor announced in his first executive order, that he really encouraged people to get out and exercise and walk and maintain that social distance. So that's really the only thing that's open right now at the park district.
Have Park District Police received calls from people not social distancing, maybe playing pickup basketball games? Well, we know they can't do that anymore, but how many calls have they received, and if they've received any?
Yeah, every day. Every day we're getting phone calls, and we really appreciate those calls from residents who are either driving by, or maybe they live near a neighborhood park and they see groups of people congregating. And so our park police are out. We're getting help from the county police and the city, and just to try and keep people off. And it's new territory for us. I mean, never in our wildest dreams would we ever not want people to come and fill up our parks and playgrounds. But this is a time right now, and over these next few weeks, it's just critical that people stay home and maintain that social distance.
Definitely an unprecedented time. You've taken some even farther steps versus closing parks, removing some things from parks. Can you tell us what's been removed or covered up in Park District property?
Sure, we have. You know, after we made our first announcement of closing facilities and really encouraging people to stay away from areas of, you know, that congregation, we saw when the weather started getting a little bit warmer, pickup basketball games, people playing pickleball, disc golf, tennis. A lot of people came out. And so we were real aggressive. We didn't do anything without working with our health officials. We followed the lead of Dr. Martell. She's just been awesome. As the head of our health department, and our mayors, and our chairman. And so we're in contact every day with those guys. And so we made a decision to help them out and to help our community out. And so we took down almost 90 basketball hoops, took down tennis nets, pickleball nets, put barriers over the disc golf cages. And I have to tell you that the majority of our community and the majority of people who use those amenities have actually been very positive and supportive of us doing that. And we just ask people to sacrifice the things that they love for a few weeks so we can get through this crisis, flatten that curve, and hopefully be ready to have a wonderful summer and rest of the year where people can come out and enjoy recreation with their friends and family.
We are hoping to enjoy that summer in RPD properties. Are there any more steps you guys plan to take as a park district to either help stop social distancing or keep social distancing up, or limit parks for people?
Yeah, you know, we're just really trying to get out and educate people why we do this. We have a Play It Safe campaign going on. We're putting signs up in a lot of our areas where we've had congregation of people. We've sent emails out to every single person that's signed up for a park district program or gotten a dog tag or anything. Real active on social media. All of our partners, the mayors, the health officials are making announcements for us. So we're really been everywhere as far as trying to really just encourage people to stay at home for a few more weeks, and let's get ready for a nice summer after they do that.
You mentioned the governor is keeping recreational paths. Dog parks are still open in the park district. Why keep them open but close other facilities?
Yeah, well, I think the areas that are open right now are areas where it's easier to maintain social distance. When you have a large park that you can spread out and go walk or go bird watching or look at nature or things like that, it's easier to keep that social distance versus having a soccer field where we have thousands of people coming from every state. You know, one of our events we canceled in April was the Puma Cup, where we literally have close to 1,000 teams over 2 weekends coming from every state, all coming to our sports facility. That's obviously an example of why we have to close something like that and why we can keep a large park for our residents open.
When you cancel something like that, it does cause financial strain on the park district. The district also relies on fees from all other things like golf courses. I guess where is that shortfall now being filled during the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah, it does. And the first thing is we're working really hard to try and reschedule a lot of the events and large tournaments that we've missed. So I mentioned Puma Cup as an example, and our great soccer leagues here in town. And Park District team members are already working and rescheduling those big events. So we're working hard to do that. I think everyone knows in the community, the Park District's been really faced with financial crisis for a few years now. We've been having a lot of hardships, and this is just another example of another blow to the Park District that we're going to have to keep cutting, coming up with new creative ways for revenue. We do have around 300 employees that are not working right now. So we're sacrificing, we're cutting, and we still have 187 parks and facilities that need to be checked on. And so our team members are stepping up. I really want to put a plug in to our Facebook. If anybody goes to the Park District's Facebook site every day at 1 o'clock, our recreational professionals, which are the best in the industry, are still teaching and educating families and kids how to recreate at home. So check those out. They're called Park District Recess, and we're ready, and we're going to be here for this community when we reopen. And I think the community is going to want to come out and play.
And the community thanks you for your work and them for their work. Mr. Jay Sandine, thank you so much for joining us tonight at 6. We appreciate it.
Anytime, James. Thank you for having me.
Still to come in sports, decision made.